when you're mounting the alarm panel, you need to figure out where it's going to go. So for this customer, they actually want it to be underneath this window, right over here next to this little thermostat thing, right about there. So I don't have any power around here, but luckily I have drop tile, so I'm going up in there, and I'm going to use a glow rod to go down the wall to make sure there's no cross beam studs going this way, so that I can make sure it's an easy, nice run, and then I'll put my hole where the panel's going to go and fish the wire up. Now I'm up inside the drop tile. My panel's going to go down there, and taking a glow rod here and put it down as far as it'll go inside the wall to make sure that it goes down nice and smooth. If not, then I need to try to find another place for the panel instead of there. If I hit a stud somewhere, say around there, and I can't get down to as far as I need to go down, then I need to find another place for the panel to go, or else figure out another route to get my wire. Running wires, there's a couple of different tools that I use. Number one, I use a glow rod. For this install, it's going to be really easy because once I put the hole in the wall, I can just shove the glow rod all the way up and into the ceiling, and then grab it and tie the wire onto the glow rod. But if there is insulation, or if I can't make a hole big enough to get the glow rod through, I like to tape a chain to my glow rod like this, or if I'm going down to an electrical receptacle, and then I have a flexible magnet here. So this is a wet noodle tool, and that way I can just reach inside the wall, grab the chain, pull it out, and then I tie my wire to that chain and then pull it through with the glow rod. Now, once I've determined where my panel is going to go, I can use to find out where my stud is. So I don't want to drill into the stud, so I want to go just a little to the side of that. So I'm going to put my mark right here. Now, before I drill the hole though, I want to make sure that there aren't any pipes or anything right behind it. So what I do is I take a small screwdriver first, just to make a little teeny hole, push that through the drywall, because a little hole, if there is something behind there that I can't make my hole here, a little hole is a lot easier to patch than a big hole. So this one I push through. Now I know I'm not going to hit anything, so I can go ahead and make my larger hole. Okay, so I just drilled my larger hole, and I use something to catch as much of the dust as I can so that it minimizes my cleanup. There's still a little bit there, but as you can see, I caught most of it. And now that I've got my hole, I can go ahead and use that to run my wire up into the ceiling on this case. This one, I decided to use a glow rod up there, and I hooked it around a pipe or something just to make sure that it had some tension on it so it wouldn't fall inside the wall. And then I ran it down inside the wall, and I pulled it out with my flexible magnet. So now I've got my chain here, so I can tie my wire onto my chain and then just pull it up, and I ran the wire for the panel. Just going in here, I ran 2 wires just because I'm going to be using both of them. I'll have one for the power, and then I'm going to be hardwiring another zone. But then I've also got a pull string just in case I needed to pull any other wires. And they went up into the ceiling, and I've just got them hanging on my glow rod right now so that I can then move my glow rod and push it to where I need to go next to be able to plug it in. And the wire to attach it to the transformer. What I like to do is leave a little bit off of the end of the copper, so I just wrap the copper around the screws. That way there's no copper showing below that could possibly touch the positive to the negative. So it'll look like this when it's finished. There you go, positive and negative there. The copper's wrapped around it and then tightened, and there's just a little bit hanging off the end. But because it's not exposed, it's not going to touch anything else and cause any sort of short. At the bag with the transformer, you're going to have this, as well as a center screw and then a zip tie. So what you do on a normal receptacle is you take out this center screw, take off the adhesive back and stick it on right over where the screw is, then screw in that center screw with the new one that comes in the bag. Then you mount your transformer and plug it into there and use the zip tie finally to secure it there. On the back plate, you're going to use these 3 screw holes. There's one behind here as well. And try to always find a stud if you can on one of these 2 so that it keeps it secure to the wall. You do have a little level there to help you, and then there's this little shelf right here that you can hang the panel on. That way, when I'm going to be plugging in my positive and negative, I can easily use 2 hands to hold the wire in and screw in the terminals. So you're going to have the positive and the negative, so you just do your red to positive, your black to negative, same thing on the transformer, and then it's good to go. I've got my wires in, I can go ahead and put the panel back up onto the panel plate. the back plate. So I'm just going to snap it in from the top to the bottom. Off that a little bit. And then the bottom here, you can see there's a little set screw. So you can see that back plate isn't quite on there. Now I snapped it down, and it is on there. That little screw is what keeps it in place. So make sure you always do that screw last, and then plug it in and it will come to life.